We're back, guys, with part 2 of Alan Wake's American Nightmare. Where am I going? Should have it wrapped up today. The final chapter in the Wake series. I'm aware of, anyway. And then we should be well and truly ready for a little bit of control. Let's see if a brother remember how to play, though. It's been a few days. I already got lag spike. The television there. My run button. Oh. Hey, we got a new gun, haven't we? So that's not really doing much for them guys. Let's use the bow. These dudes. Just have to aim though. It requires a non-jerky aim. Like that. Let me switch to the sawn off. Got more flare gun ammo. And let me checkpoint first. And we'll watch some TV now. Oh boy. That's not our missus, is it?
About Alice. Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know. I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then, I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet. My darling wife.
Oh man, it's acted so well. It does it so well, I think. You guys would agree. We also need some ammo. It's 30. Okay, cool. So at this point, all of the parts are uploaded, including the base game review. It'd be nice if we can get to 40. I don't know how we. Nice if we can get to 40 manuscripts. Hold up. That'd be good. I don't know how way. Oh, right, I'm going the wrong way. Completely the wrong way. I don't remember going here before either. Mind you, we could look for some additional manuscripts that we might have missed. Well, we've definitely missed a few. Have a look around real quick. Why not? It's the last hurrah. They don't seem to penalise too heavy for wandering off the beaten track. Unlike, say, the base game, where you get proper whacked for it. Well, I should say the original game. As this isn't DLC, this is a standalone game. A standalone, originally a Xbox Live arcade thingy. You know those games that were sometimes games but not games almost because they were like too short, but like almost full price. So this is worth it. Oh, we're full, aren't we? We found a page. Need 7 more.
The trap Mr. is set for me is as simple as it is impossible. Whenever I reach him, he sends me back to the beginning of the maze. It's a loop in time. I go through it only to end up where I started. There's a brutal genius to it. If I die, it's over for me. If I survive, I end up where I started. Sooner or later, the odds will catch up with me. And in the meantime, he gets to toy with me. But that's why I have a chance. He's caught in this pattern just as much as I am. I know where he'll be, and I'm prepared.
Sweet. Also, I had the, like I said, there's been an update in OBS, so I should be able to like pause in between. So I might take liberties and try out right now quickly, because I got the keys set up now. And you guys won't even know. It's going to be so sweet. There we go. I'm back. That wasn't edited. That was in recording, so we shall see how smooth that is at 6 minutes 40 something. See how clean that was. A pretty damn sweet feature. Means you can stealth toilet. Oh.
I have created the weapon that can put an end to this. A blueprint to a new reality. All I have to do is survive long enough to use it. My arrival from the dark place will be painful and difficult. These pages may be lost. But one way or another, I'll send the parts I really need to myself. If I make it outside, I have a chance. Mr. is more powerful than I am, but he can't change the rules in the middle of the game. He's not a creator. I am.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Bitch! Alright. They got wrecked. But this is a new and improved, stronger Alan Wake. If we had this Alan Wake combined with the psychological and story strength of the base game or main game, combined with, say, some kind of open worldy Evil Within 2-ness, you'd have an enough perfect horror noir action hybrid. It'd be pretty damn sweet, to say the least. Yeah, I can hear footsteps behind me sometimes, which is not good. I don't like that. Alright, let's go back then. Isn't there anything else here? How many pages have we got now? That's not the total, that's the one. Well, there's 8 more here. See if we can see any from around above here. Something shining over there. Yeah, it's a box though. There's a manuscript thing there. I think we're on 34. I think like 6 more to get the 40. Apparently the only thing we haven't unlocked in the menus, according to the menus, was a combat shotgun. Of course, I don't know if that's any good or not. But since it's 40, it must be better than everything else we've obtained so far. Apart from the crossbow, which is a find as opposed to a, you know, you have to find that. So it's pretty special. Cannot be bought by mere money, is what I'm trying to say. Must be earned through diligence and sexiness. figured we hadn't been here, so I thought about check now.
It's
Blanca.
obvious that for all his power, Mr. is an agent of another greater being. The dark place he came from is full of terrible alien intelligences, dark presences, and none of them should be let loose in our world. He serves one of them. He'll open the way for them if I don't stop him. But he'll do more. He'll take over my life. He already has my face. He already uses my name. He'll become Alan Wake in every way imaginable and corrupt everything.
Yes, we stopped
unless
that
I can
bitch.
stop him.
Which we're gonna have to do. Anyway, it's also what's been going on as well. So yeah, I was doing it again on this conversation, I guess, as usual. YouTube's been doing some more shenanigans. And it's getting quite concerning because a lot of what they're doing is a problem. The problem with it is it's more of a question of, again, the biggest thing, trust. And there's this distinct, what is that? Something down there. Is that down there? Oh, it's up here. There's a distinct lack of that right now. Because they've now decided to change the verification thingy. It's not something that affects me directly. It only affects people, ironically, that are in the hundreds of thousands to millions of subscribers. But nonetheless, the principle of it has implications for everybody. And what's creepy about it is essentially, I set the crossbow place again, and pick it up again and get my ammo. The crazy thing about it is essentially it looks like they're basically changing the verification thing, which is basically the tick beside people's names to kind of say this is the real person, and in some cases to kind of say I'm a big deal, I'm a big cock, for better or worse. It's as much a verification system as it is a kudos system or bragging rights, but they're changing it so it's reading between the lines. Looks like they're changing it so that only people that are the Will Smiths of the world and the Coca-Colas of the world can have it. Essentially, if you're not one of those, you know, or one of the really, really high-end premium PewDiePies of the world, you know, you're going to get your tick taken away from you. That's what it seems to be so far. They might change their minds with all the backlash, but we'll see. 36 out of 53.
I have changed. I know who I am now. I know that I can write my own fate. Bright Falls taught me that. I know that indulging my weaknesses, giving in to fear and complacency will only drag me down. The dark place taught me that. I'm no Zen master. I've not attained enlightenment. But I have learned to let go of the things that I don't need. I know that without that balance within, I become my own worst enemy. Now I strive for equilibrium, and with that, I'm strong enough to get where I want.
That's real talk. So yeah, there's that with YouTube. They're changing things for the worst as ever. And apparently the reasoning for doing it was that they said people were confused. People that they spoke to in their community and content creators apparently said that they were confused with what the tick was or why someone had the tick. Whichever way you look at it, it's nonsense. So yeah. So YouTube is becoming basically, YouTube was a platform that went from being, you know, the place you go to watch someone smash their head into a fan, to the place you watch some kind of creative things made by individuals that don't have TV budgets or have the opportunity to be on television, to now becoming full circle corporate television again in corporate America. Taking away what corporate America couldn't create by making it corporate America again. With everything focused on and revolving around ads and ad friendliness, the hypocrisy of where your videos can get demonetized because you swear or you say something that is original and thus controversial. Meanwhile, you know, if you're on Netflix or whatever, you know, you can have all sorts of content going on. You're never going to get demonetized, are you? Ever. the trending of YouTube is pretty much big corporations and big companies, adverts, selling adverts to sell adverts, you know. They don't give you full content, you know. If you've got, it's going to be clips of Graham Norton or the Ellen Show or whatever, so you can go and watch television. So they're adverts, and in those adverts they have adverts as well. So it's becoming a place to watch adverts while you watch adverts. And that's who they want to kind of look after now. They don't care about the, you know, if they're if they're hassling the people with millions of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, then you can imagine how much they give a shit about anyone that's got less than 10,000, much less, or whatever else. So, you know, and it's gonna ironically be going on YouTube. But yeah, I do want to say, you know, well done to Susan, the CEO. You're doing a great job with YouTube right now. And YouTuber Rewind 2008, and that was fantastic. That was great, man. Probably the most cringy thing I've ever seen on the internet. So yeah, girl power. All right. So yeah, there's that going on, and that's why if you kind of like, did we got up? I went up here already, didn't I? If you kind of see me saying to you guys sometimes, if you are a fan of the content, to follow 2 or more platforms, that's why. I'm not just saying it just so I can bump numbers in multiple places. It's because a lot of these platform holders are crazy. Twitch is banning people for fun. YouTube changes things and tells you what's going to happen rather than asks anyone anything. And doesn't even care about people that have millions of followers, much less than that. You know, I think it's going to be wise for us people that create content to kind of compile our own list of followers and fans, because otherwise we have absolutely no control of the content whatsoever. Once we get shut down by a YouTuber or whatever, we're finished.
Like a little
if we don't
Go ahead and keep
get out of the
running
wheel,
for all the
so to
good
speak.
it'll do ya.
That's, as long as there's no one behind me. I hate the behind thing. Oh, there's a lot of dudes though. Oh, dodge button, there we go. Come on, reload. Bitch. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, you know, like email lists and things like that. I'm thinking at some point, if I'm still at this game, and probably and definitely sooner than later, I'm gonna definitely be looking at what is this, assault rifle? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I'm not swapping my crossbow for an assault rifle. Or does it count as unlocked unless if you don't pick it up? Let me just pick it up just in case, and I can swap it back with my crossbow. At some point I'm gonna be thinking about that heavily and seriously. I'm already trying to upload to different places like BitChute and obviously DTube is a bit funky. BitChute, I'm not sure. The uploads I've done at the moment, the quality seems much poorer than what I uploaded. To be honest with you, if I'm being honest, in my opinion, from my research so far, I don't see any other alternative at the moment as far as uploading 1080p medium to high quality video without restrictions on either time and or file size other than YouTube. So it makes it difficult to that's why they're doing what they're doing, because they know there's nowhere else you can go unless you make very short form videos like 15-minute videos. And even then, because I tried to upload some reviews stuff which are less than 15 minutes, and I couldn't even upload it on Dailymotion because it was too big file size. I put 720p, too big. So they kind of know that already, And Amazon's already given up long ago to try and compete. Mainly because YouTube don't make money necessarily, or predominantly their money on YouTube. They make money from YouTube, but not directly. They make it from learning about our habits, how we use things, how we react to things. And then they use that to sell you other things and sell ads for some products and stuff like that, not necessarily directly the content itself, which is why they can afford to have the platform be something that's just for people like the BBC and Coca-Cola and, you know, Adele or whatever, because they can survive off of that pretty much. If it becomes full-blown television, it's not going to hurt them, is what I'm trying to say. So they don't give a shit. They're like the honey badger, they don't give a shit. So yeah, it's becoming a time where it's potentially going to get very foolish to put well, it is already very foolish for us to put all our eggs in the YouTube basket, even though there's not many or any great alternatives for all types of video content. And we have to remember that video content in and of itself is not necessarily a right, even though we think of it as a right sometimes. It's a gift, but not like it's not a constitutional right or anything, right? Even though it feels that way because we've had it for so long and we've enjoyed reasonable freedoms to upload and express certain things for relatively free. But yeah, so it's a tough one in that way as well. It's not their moral responsibility to, you know, do the right thing, is what I'm saying. Even if it would be nice, and it should be. 37 out of 53. Survival in the dark place.
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, my need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place, as long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
Yeah, that's all we need. As long as we have a flashlight and something to shoot it with, and we're good for the most part. There's a couple of pages, man. I can see the question marks. I'm still... Oh, that inside room's nasty, I remember actually. Nasty room. So yeah, and as I was saying, yeah, so it's, you know, it's a weird place. Because again, aside from having the threat of already having a strike on the channel for no good reason and for unfair, well, false really, I didn't do any hate speech at all. It just assumed hate speech because of swastikas in a Wolfenstein 3D. So aside from having that hanging over your head, which is bad enough and already gave me much pause for thought, to see them harassing and hassling people that have got millions of subscribers is very disheartening. Very disheartening and very dodgy. So, yeah, you know. You have to definitely focus on enjoying yourself and doing what you're doing, because that, in the end, that's all that's guaranteed and that's all you have. Of course, when you are doing this stuff, it's difficult to do it. It's difficult to enjoy the effort sometimes if you not feel like you're progressing, even in small steps, you know. Difficult when you have a couple of good, like for instance, a couple of good live streams, and then you have a couple of dead ones that feel like you took 2 steps back again or whatever. That's always a little bit rough. And it's not because of anyone's fault, like I say, it just depends on your numbers and stuff. If you have good averages and you don't have that problem as much, but when you're in lower averages and still building and what have you, it can hit a little bit harder, and it puts a lot more pressure on a smaller amount of people, even though it's not their fault at all, you know.
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
Spoken like a true perfectionist. I think there's one more here somewhere. I was saying this game's totally lost the scares element. It's got slight creepiness in it here and there, but it's not the same level as Alan Wake original, and Alan Wake original wasn't the same level as, say, Evil Within anyway. But that's not to, oh yeah, shut up. That's not to say in any way, that's not in any way a bad reflection on the game or anything, just a factual thing. Of course though, as you play more and more horror stuff, especially with earphones, you become more hardened, I suppose, more used to things. So there is that as well. Because I'm pretty sure I remember playing this originally back in the day, not this one, the original Alan Wake. And it was way too creepy or scary for me. Couldn't do it. Which is why I didn't finish really. Just the whole woods by yourself and the eyeball thing on the television, and then the thing flew past the window. I just couldn't handle it. I think that was a big part of it, subconsciously at least. So, you know, I think you just get used to things. It's like when you say you become desensitized. It's kind of like that. You become dehorritized, maybe. And I might have to trademark that. What was this again? I don't remember. I remember the thingy. No, not that one. Oh. No. Oh, okay. I don't know how. Did we get spiders last time? This thing's distance isn't great. In that it's got no distance whatsoever. Those spiders don't do that much damage though, to be fair. Was there bullets here? Alright. So I was checking some of the reviews and stuff for this. Just a little, no spoilers or anything. I think it was on Steam I was looking, and seems like some people's complaints is they don't like the whole Groundhog Day thing. I don't mind it at the moment, because I feel like they're moving narrative with it, and it's not super long to do in the first place, and we're collecting new things as we go along. So I guess, because as you guys already know, or at least should know, I've been known to play the occasional roguelike, and I guess it's kind of lends itself into that, you know, like Void Bastardos and such. So I don't necessarily rate automatically playing in the same environment as automatically the same thing. In saying that, that's not to say I'm not someone that can find certain things tedious. As you know, if you're a regular here, you'll know that's definitely not true. I'll be the first to say if something's tedious or not. But so far, this is fine. It's not going to be long enough to be annoying to me. It's just not. Now, if we were talking about a 30-40 hour experience, then we'd have some serious problems of like doing the same thing. I mean, doing the same maps 3 times over. Not 3 times over, whatever amount of times you can do it in 30 hours. Be something like, I think something like 15 times that would be probably. 15, 20 times, that'd be a lot. Too much, way too much. So we'd have a problem Houston would have a problem there. But as things stand, well, it's not a problem at all. It doesn't last long enough to be annoying.
If you die, you lose.
Not yet,
If you
anyway.
quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose. Sucker.
He's loving it. Well, I'm like McDonald's, I'm loving it as well. I'm looking at Freddy Krueger. The Freddy Krueger reject now. I think one of the things why it's not a problem for me so far this game is because I haven't got any of the tedious combat choke points at the moment. If you collect enough manuscripts and pick up the right weapons such as the crossbow, you pretty much are Gucci. At the moment we're unstoppable. And I don't mind that at all. Especially after playing some of the original Alan Wake and feeling kind of quite weak. And again, I accept that it might be something that people don't like, which is fair enough. You know, that's fair enough. I was expecting this game to be different from the main game anyway. I was expecting it to be more arcade, so it doesn't surprise me. I'm not, you know, I was expecting this. Wow. Oh shit, I thought I switched weapons. Now I'm lagging up. Because the lens flare is that powerful. Lens flare is so powerful. Flare gun's so powerful it lags your game. That's how powerful it is. That's pretty rad. I mean to use two though, because that's like, those are, you have to find those, they're not like this. They don't restore like this thing here. Yeah, when it wants to. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more bums. I think we'll be happily swapping the combat shotgun for this sawn-off. Sawn-off's alright. Oh, towers. Where are them towers at? Have I got any? Yeah, I have. Where is it? I don't see any towers. Oh, the stars are there. Stars. Oh yeah, it is literally rinse repeat. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Literally. Alright. One more. But again, you know, like I said, it's super quick, isn't it? It's not taking long, so what's the big deal? Again, everything being quantified or backed up with that at the moment. I don't know what they're going to do. You might feel differently once you hit the third spin, you never know. You never know. But I think we're going to be okay. I think we're alright at the moment. I can live with this. Oh, we're pretty much full, aren't we? Alright, time for the third loop, I guess. Missing 4 more pages. We got what, 35 in total? Have we checked over these sections here? I also like that his stamina's a little bit higher. So again, this is not the same... It's the same world, it has the same feel, but it's not as... It's almost more dark wit level, higher dark wit level than even Alan Wake was. But it's certainly not necessarily a nightmare necessarily. But it plays better. It's less frustrating to play. I think because it's going to be so short, depending on if you want to do the silly arcade mode thing. That might factor in terms of, again, price. Back in the day, it would have been how much? I don't know, £15 maybe? £12. 3 hours of gameplay without the arcade mode, maybe 4 hours. Definitely not. Definitely not. Not at that price.
The champion of light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
I don't have the whole thing, but maybe it's enough.
It was late at night, the summer was almost over. Okay, late at night again. So the clock. Oops. Summer was almost over. Wrong button. There was a film poster. Why poster visible? That's new, isn't it? Did we do this before? Better not mess with it in case. Oh, I did. I think I did. The poster, film more. There we go. A Gift of Thorns, Alex Casey. So yeah, I was going to say, yeah, depending on the price that you purchased, obviously, and if you're going to play the arcade mode, that's going to be factoring. I mean, there's a debate. I'm having a little friendly debate on GameSpot about the Zelda, latest Zelda game, pretty much being reviewed in a way that no one's taken. Well, not no one, but majority of people aren't even taking into account the cost of the game versus the hour of content compared to games of its type, almost. I would say, at least. And I was saying, like, imagine if CD Projekt Red, the makers of the Witcher series, and the soon-to-be Cyberpunk, imagine if they decided to release Cyberpunk to be 25 hours long. And the 25 hours was the best 25 hours of your life. But you know that typically they make their games like Witcher size, and the majority of that Witcher game, especially Witcher 3, of what I played of it, is pretty much, the majority of it is pretty much non-puff. It's fresh, dialogued, narrated content that interconnects. Would you prefer to have the 100-hour stuff there that's not fluff in its quality? Or you prefer to then say we're going to copy Nintendo and give you a game that's 25 hours long and charge you £50 still? That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say that you have to have a rule that your games must be a hour per every dollar or pound that you spend, like I do for the most part. I'm just saying, if you think about it, theoretically, by that ruling that we shouldn't care about how much Zelda's charged for as a remaster and as the fact that it's 15 to 25 hours long for a £50 game, theoretically, you could be like, say, like, I'm CD Red Projekt, so screw you guys, and I'm gonna give you a 25-hour, 30-hour game instead now, and not bother spending 4 years. We can spend 2 years instead. I don't know. Why spend 4 years? Why spend 4 years in the game, charge the same money for something that you could spend 2 years and charge the same money? And if everyone's so happy with paying the same money, I don't know. I'm just saying. It seems obvious to me, but I don't know. You gotta be very careful with Nintendo people. As much as I'm a gamer, every game thing and game company and every game console, I got all of them, and they all have their weaknesses and their strengths. But I'm not gonna not call out what I perceive as a bit of a non-consumer friendly attitudes that Nintendo has sometimes. But the hardcore fanboys, you know how they are. You can't say anything about their stuff sometimes. Although not to say that people in the GameSpot would be nasty or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that. So I shouldn't really say fanboys, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. People are quite defensive. It's like trying to tell Apple people that, they're spotlight. Oh, there's that. It's like telling Apple people that, they're paying a lot of money for the same thing. They won't hear none of it. Alright, we're getting ready for the third flip as I digress in chat.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
And we will look for more manuscripts now.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the champion of light endures. Each time he gets a little closer. Each time, another detail falls into place. Now, the trap works against the herald of darkness.
Of course. And one thing I like about this game as well, we don't reset every minute with no equipment and no weapons and no stuff. We keep our shit. You know? I don't know. Again, I'm just taking it as a different game in the series as opposed to expecting it to be exactly like Alan Wake or a sequel. I don't look at it as a sequel, I look at it as a different take, a little bit more of an action focused version, and it's fun. It just might be a bit too short for full price money. But at the moment, what it's charged at is pretty much perfect. I think it's like £2 or something.
Holy shit! What are you, the King Hillbilly?
King Hillbilly. I like it. Look at this guy though, for real. Texas Chainsaw Massacre boy. He wasn't all that though. Again, people might say maybe we're a little bit too strong, but I kind of like it because I felt very vulnerable and plasticky and plasticine-y in the main game. It's quite nice to be a little bit more built, should we say.
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
Well, they put the line in the coconut, that's what it is. I was gonna say coconut, which is inappropriately and definitely wrong. But yeah, when you put the lime in the coconut, powers are definitely a possibility. I think the cool thing about this as well is I think it's going to be relevant in terms of story and background for the Alan Wake world that we're trying to do for the Control playthrough.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Ah, right, yeah. Because that lady will be helping us out, she would know shit. See, again, this is another thing, like people saying, oh, it's the same thing, but they're not making you do all of it again, are they? I mean, they're really not. They're even shortening the steps because you're using prior knowledge. Not well. I did the right thing. Hold up. Prior knowledge. It was in place. Oil was flowing. Yeah. Oops. Tappy tap tap. Keep pressing the wrong thing. Battery was attached. Lights were blinking. CD was playing. I think I saw the lights blinking already. Get out! Again. Hello, boys. Again. Oh gosh, right there. Ow, ow. Hold up. Anyway. Come on, I can't. Really aim. There we go. Lovely.
Next stop, saving Emma.
Yeah. Hopefully we actually save her this time. She just keeps getting mullered every time. No matter what, without fail. Mullered. Oh, you again. Right in your balls. What's that? Grenadier. Whoa, this guy's got a reach apparently. There on. The crossbow. Much power you have. Telling you, man, you guys play this game. Make sure you pick up the crossbow. Crossbow is the truth and the way in this game.
Getting the Andersons
It's
into the
Christ-like.
recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music. Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
So you're trying to tell me that's really them singing then? Must be the powers of the night. And fair enough. We thought it was some young kids that they just hired to con everyone. Oh. They help Emma.
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
Come on.
Clear now.
Is it really? Is it really? I mean, you said that last time.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I
I'm right.
appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what
Yeah.
happened.
Well, it's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers?
Thief
I think
takers.
they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Oh, that's deep.
Figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's probably an idea. I'm probably gonna like walk off and she'll be like, no sound effects. Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh. Always like a bit of flair. Oh, we're over the 40, so we'll be able to open up that
Emma
thing.
wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
Basically, she knew he was a man.
Like the end jar. Ooh.
Let's go. Enough truths. Got some TV to watch. What's he doing now?
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet.
Oh shit.
I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kind of like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch.
Oh,
Barry's about
Sarah.
the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. This is meant to be a TV show or something. They gotta get that guy to do it. Even though, what was this, a couple of years ago still, so I don't know. Let me have a look, a quick look around. Some corners here. We've got any more in this area? A couple more pages potentially. I'm not trying to find all of them because that would just, you know. Yeah. I'm just having a quick look around, that's all. 40 was my goal. But we got 40. I'm happy. Can have a look around here and there. Alright, guess not. I'm just gonna spawn some dudes, haven't I? Yeah. That was good. I went and spawned some dudes. Oh, what did I? Whoa! Two for one. Basically means half price. Right, Alright, so anyway, at least she's still alive, so I think she's got a chance this time. As long as the lights stay on. Take him back. Securing the fuse box. Ah. Make sure it doesn't cut out. Yeah, how did I do that? This is new. Is that why we got jumped on? Ah. Shouldn't we like do more than that to secure it? I don't know. Because anyone could just come and turn that off again. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me. If
And
you
got
had,
killed in the process.
you'd be dead.
Yeah.
You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming
charismatic,
and
that's
funny
sure.
and hot. The way you can
Yeah,
be,
we know
I
that.
guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
No.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world.
Alright. Don't die, please.
Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Just keep those lights on, okay?
Don't scream again, I swear, if she screams. Explore the motel rooms. This time we don't go into the main. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because there's no question marks. Is there? There's no question marks. Doesn't matter which one we're going to. There's no pickup. Oh, I don't know. That one's the one that's always got the thing, isn't it? So let's try. Let's just try and go on different ones this time, though. Let's end up going in the right one again by accident. Put on flashbangs. Put on flashbangs, ma'ams. I think it's that one, so let me go to this one. Oh yeah, radio.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know Eddie Rodman's got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of bed before noon, just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Art Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio.
Oh, it's a thing there.
Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer.
Oh,
Alice
wife.
Hello.
Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all
volume
the
was
footage
louder.
she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
Oh man.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
We gotta hurry up and get back before she
I understand.
hooks up
Well, hold that thought, and we'll be
with
right back.
some dude named Bob. Or if it's like 2020, some chick named Barbara or something. You know how these modern entertainment is.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience.
Except for the fact they're rubbish.
It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts, their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly.
Yes, Texas Chainsaw Massacre dudes. Except for these guys are arse. They've got really good weapons and better insurance. Anyway, I don't think we really need any more manuscripts, so good enough. If we find more, fantastic. If we don't, that's life. That's what they say, so to speak. We'll live. Plague on Emerald's beautiful though. I've got enough to open all the cases, which I think we do now. Which was 40, I believe. I've been mistaken. But again, this is meant to be narrative focused in some ways. Feels right to play it this way. Yeah, he's there again. As he should be. Off to the next area, the observation tower. Locked a lady.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life.
Oh yeah, she didn't die.
For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
In Night Springs. Anyway though, yeah. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there, guys.
Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows he will have what he needs.
See a couple of manuscripts hanging around. Again though, if we see it we'll grab it, but we don't need it anymore now.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Yeah. Is there anything in there this time? We have to go there anyway. That's it locked. Are you dead already? Okay. Just like getting jacked from behind. Oh shit. Oh shit me. Enough playtime. That's playtime. There's the other one. Why isn't this thing open now? So it wasn't opening a second ago. Already lost a health as well. A bar from previous, I think. Let's secure them their pipes. Where is that though? Have you done this before? Alright, I see.
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
Right there, Doctor.
Except for this bit. So yeah, they're doing the shit with the flying poltergeisty stuff again. Alright, that's cool though. Even though we only got 2 bars, we should be alright. Should be alright. I think. We should be alright. Oh. 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 Right. We clear. No problem. What the problem, huh? What the problem? There's no problem. Did I miss this one? I missed this one here.
The film noir poster reminded me of Alex Casey, the detective's cool exterior never cracking even with the gun pointed in his face. In the back room, all the lights had been turned off, except for the lone spotlight which illuminated the bright red fire extinguisher on the wall.
That's the one we was doing in the second spin in the projector room.
This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
Indeed. There wasn't any other ones missed, was there? I think we're good. What's that? Oh. Oh. And spikers.
After my disappearance, they thought I was dead. I might as well have been. I know it's been 2 years. I know Alice has moved on. I've tried to find a way back to her, back to my life, but escaping the dark place is almost impossible. Time does strange things here, but dreams and radio signals can pierce the veil between the worlds. I catch glimpses and echoes of the world. Sometimes I send messages out. I can only pray that they hear them.
And that's it's rough. That's rough. There's everything there. Minimap would show it. Oh, oh yeah. Ow, almost dead as well. Almost dead, bruh. Not good. Here we go. This is the one. Oh no! It takes over the slot of my crossbow though. It better be good. It's gotta be good, right? I have to try it. It costs 40, it's gotta be good. I didn't realize it was gonna take that slot though. I have to admit, whoa. We just need to get to the car, don't we? Oh, it's blocked with a car. I thought it was on thingy. It's not bad, it's not bad. Take out 2 splitter spawns with a single shotgun shot, maybe? There we go. Alright. It's a decent gun, decent gun. I think a reasonable replacement for the crossbow. Takes about a similar amount of shots. Has a little bit more punch to it, I guess. So, as a bonus.
Come on in.
Alright. Oh, gonna get a lovely message, aren't we? Is there anything thinking? Oh.
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake.
Shit. That was an accident. Wow.
I'm just as real as you are.
Damn it.
And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Well, hopefully we can stop him being a better version of what did I just do? Oh, I thought I picked up a stupid weapon then. Oh, we good. Alright. Still got some flash titties.
Cal, you need to protect the telescope or we can't complete the signal.
That was weird. Oh. Hurry up. I'm almost dead. Damn it, couldn't. Oh, I'm still alive. Shit. I'm not still alive then. Am I still alive in this 80s synth and rock? I missed whatever he shot there. Bitch. Super loud though. Ow. And we're full of health now. Lovely.
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you
Indeed.
all right?
Very rude.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't
Technically,
know why
no.
our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
These characters are something. They're good characters.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
Nope.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but
Signal! Yes, it's completed.
There we go.
finally.
By the way, did you notice in this game all of the protagonists are female? I don't know if that's a metaphor for the wife or what. Almost like different versions of Alice, or if I'm just kind of making stuff up. Probably it's making stuff up. Yeah. Should be the last time we do
If all
this.
goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now.
Yeah. A construct.
Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No, you can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results.
Oh no.
We could...
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
Curb your enthusiasm and curiosity, man. Where's that damn printer?
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
There we go, see? Not even long. People complaining about doing it 3 times over. It's only if they make you do all of the task 3 times over like you did it from the first time around, then it would be a huge problem. It would be tedious, but you're cutting out a bunch of stuff because you've got knowledge.
We return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
Damn right. We ain't no bitch. Just having a look around. Where are we starting at the power thingy last time? We're going straight in for it, no messing around. Oh, hello.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
Hello, boys. My thing didn't do as much as I expected damage, why is it? I have to be quite close range with this gun, it seems. I don't know if it's necessarily better than the crossbow, in an odd way. I don't know if I would think that. I don't know if I feel like the odd crossbow is better. That's not to say this is bad necessarily at all. Just, you know. Got a checkpoint, which is good. More than good. It's excellent. Yeah, I thought so. It was behind me. Behind me, I think. Yeah. Good stuff. Alright. Running out of flashbangs. Anything here again? They got ammo is a good thing. We didn't even speak to that chick this time. Let's get the power going. She'll know what's what, even though she seemed to be the most dazed of the bunch. Most susceptible, so to speak. It felt like. You could almost argue in this game that it's pointless having ammo because they clearly don't want you to ever be running out of ammo. So it's like it could almost have done with doing away with it altogether. In a way. But I don't know, maybe not. I like to follow the order of the flashing green light, I don't know. I'm just meant to miss the one that was flashing green and leave the other ones, I think. I think that's what it was. We can get this time instead of spiders then. Big boys, maybe. Does it look different, somewhat? It looks kind of different. Like that wasn't in the middle, was it? I don't think that was in the middle at all. Oh well. We out here soon. Maybe. Is it a maze now? I know. Someone definitely did some redecorating in there. And we don't approve. Oh shit, that scared me. Shit. I didn't hear them, I didn't see them. They took so much health off me there. Shit. Come at me, bruh. It scared me there though, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it came so quietly as that. I don't know. Wasn't looking for it. Wasn't looking for it. No harm done though. But I was late that running, but so alright. We good. I think the ammo's good as well. What's that noise? What have we got? What was that? What was that flying thing? Is it the flying men?
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never! Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
That rhymes. What the hell? Freaking lagging like a nutcase though. Because I got stuff running, I should have turned off some of the stuff. Minor things running, silly things running. Ow. Get out of here. How's the cycle? Yeah, I got like videos playing in the browser on the side on the other desktop. Should probably be pausing those things for reasons.
I think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
Not this time. Taking a while to die now, these bumps. That manuscript. We might as well grab it.
When the dark man's eyes suddenly locked into Serena's, she flushed hot. They ignited a black fire in her. He was talking. He wanted the power turned off. He said something about the projector booth. She hooked a finger under his belt buckle. He grabbed a hold of her throat and twisted until it hurt. Somewhere deep inside, a part of her screamed in paralyzed horror, but the moan that escaped from her throat had no panic in it. "Pay attention," he said. "Business first." His eyes glittered shamelessly. Hers did too.
Oh. She looks like that kind of girl a bit. Apart from the killing bit, obviously. Another menu here.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
Someone's getting nervous, I think. Alright, so we're in the fountains. Oh. Well, it's not a... There's a manuscript and a film. It's a manuscript and a dirty movie.
There's more to fighting the Taken than just burning away the darkness that protects them. When I'm fighting for my life, I find myself slipping into a state of intense concentration that makes the beam of my flashlight seem more powerful and focused. I used to think it was just my imagination, something brought on by the adrenaline and fear of death, but now I'm not so sure. I've been touched by powers that I can't begin to truly comprehend, and they've left a mark. I'm starting to think this might be a part of it.
I've been around for a while now, you know? While you've been indisposed, stuck in the darkness, I've been busy. I operate in the shadows. Not always literally, you understand. I'm a little more resilient than those I've taken. But I do my best work in the dark. And there's so much darkness out there that goes deep. And the things that live in it are bad, big bastards.
Void bastards.
They don't mind getting a little bit of elbow room. All that chaos and madness, it doesn't really do that much down there. It's like pouring a glass of water into the ocean, right? But up here, yeah, you can really make an impact. All they need is someone to bring them all the way through. But first, I had to take care of you. You party pooper. You're stuck in an eternal cycle now. The sun's never coming up for you. Everything else? Do my thing. Get a bit of quality time with Alice. That's a little something for me. And I deserve it.
Oh no, he did the thing that girls love. If you want girls, just go. They love it. I ain't got enough bloody thingies this time around. Alright. They do try and circle around you though. They do try to, that's for sure. It's not so easy. And that way you do have to watch your back. Where's this tower at? There's one over here, yeah. Wish I could use more flares. I'll try and just use my light. Bitch. Bitches. They know what they can suck. Oh shit me! He scared me. I couldn't hear him at all. Oh lord. Shit. That's bad. Let's try and run here. There's another one, shit. Come on, quickly. Man, that was rough and tough and hard. And everything else. That was close. I wonder if we can't talk to, what's his face? Before going in here. I feel like we should, because I don't think he's gonna go to her afterwards, otherwise. I'm gonna miss all that juicy dialogue. And maybe a manuscript or two. Let me check in on her. Because she should be in her right mind, shouldn't she? There's a thingy up there. Really could use some healing. Might get jumped on if we go down here though, but I'll try. There we go. And then bullets went flying. What was this again? Someone off shotgun, we're already using it. Just checking on the one with the great name.
I held the film canister in my hands. I saw her name written across it in big letters, followed by the title. It was a time capsule, moments snatched from times gone by, from a past that I hoped could also be our future. It was my salvation, our chance to be together. A tin can with a bit of magic in it that she didn't even know about, something I could put to good use. There were only moments left before I had to face him.
Hope we haven't used that too much stuff, considering we're pretty low on the special stuff. And I can hear her, she's acting crazy still.
The clothes I wear now I shaped from dreams and memories. It's an old outfit, originally from the 90s. The last time I wore it was when I was still writing and Alice and I took a vacation in the desert before our troubles began. The night before, we'd been at a party, and I had dressed to the nines. On that lazy day, I put on these old clothes, worn and comfortable. Alice made a joke about grunge. I felt a little embarrassed, but I stuck with them. We were very happy. I'm sheathed in good memories to remind myself of what is at stake.
It's not a bad look, man. Not a bad look. Especially for this kind of a, oh gosh, shindig. And I got too far into the mist and mess. I see what she's saying. She's saying some crazy stuff still. I thought she'd be alright this time around. I guess she's always infiltrated, isn't she? Irrespective of anything. Oh, we need some flares actually, so that's perfect. That is perfect too.
Oh, hey.
I'm hoping I can put an end to this now.
You'd better. I really don't want that to happen to me again. It's like somebody vomited in my brain. Like a sleazy movie that keeps looping in my head.
I'll stop this, I swear.
You know the part that's really screwed up? If you mess it up, it'll just keep happening forever, right? I don't think I can deal with that.
Don't think about that.
I don't think of anything but.
Hey, afterwards, when all this is done, look me up. This thing, I can probably help you deal with it.
I don't know. It's almost like I'm not even in the same world anymore. Everything's just weird now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that'll pass with time. But being touched by the darkness, it's rough on you. It's a lot to process. And I just don't want you to get completely screwed up by this.
Might be a little late for that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's degrees. At least you're not at a point where you go around picking fights with people over not changing their light bulbs often enough.
What?
Never mind. All I'm saying is, you're not alone with this. And anyway, you're friends with Alice, so, you know, any friend of hers.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Radio broadcast.
Hello, folks, and welcome to the third part of our pre-recorded interview with Serena Valdivia and renowned photographer Alice Wake. Tell me about the film.
It's called Sunrise, and it really wasn't something I ever thought of as an actual film. It was just footage, things I saw and happened to shoot. It's not a medium I'm very much at home with.
You shouldn't put yourself down. You've got a great eye.
Maybe, but experience is another thing.
Because you're primarily a still photographer.
Yes, exactly. So I'm really used to thinking of the world in terms of snapshots. I frame something and try to pick the right moment, and then reveal that moment to people. Moving images are a different story. I'm still learning a lot about it, to be honest.
So, this is a new thing for you?
Or maybe I'm just a slow learner. But showing it like this is definitely a new step for me. It's a little weird taking something this intimate and showing it to everybody. Not that the material itself is somehow shocking. It's just that those were private moments.
But that's why it works, because it feels genuine. It's not so much a story as it is a sort of an echo, showing us how you saw your husband at the time. It's not really about the sunrise itself or Alan watching it. It's about you two together.
I suppose. It's funny, looking at it now, especially now that it's been edited like that. It takes on a life of its own, almost. It's a kind of a fantasy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you're right. I'm glad you talked me into it.
There you go. There'll be one of them situations where we're 2 or 3 short. Because of reasons. Oh, we've got all the pages in this area though. At least we've got in one area at least. Interesting. How much did we miss in the rest stop? 3, not bad. 1, wow. I could have probably found all of them, you know, if I wanted to, but
I'd found her film
not a
from
big
the
deal.
pile of containers in the back. I'd threaded it into the projector. I swallowed hard, staring at the screen, hearing her voice. The sunrise I remembered so well only moments away. And then Mr. was there, nailed by the projector's beam, caught in his own trap. He shouted at me, first in confusion, then rage. And then the sun came up and things started to burn.
Hopefully not us. Alright then, here. The only reason why I didn't try and find every single one of them is because I always feel like you're gonna have this one that you're missing. It's gonna take like a hour walking around the entire map looking for the one thing, you know. It's kind of like, no. Especially with no reasonable assistance. I'd rather enjoy the game rather than become frustrated with it because I can't find a thing. Like I'm spending more time than necessary trying to look for one thing, you know. And again, we found enough. Found a reasonable amount for a quite comprehensive playthrough, I'd say.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
Alright, let's do it. Late at night, as ever. It's summer again. The summer was almost over. There was a film noir poster visible. I imagine it should be the lamp next. Spotlight into a fire extinguisher. And final piece that we're missing was Alice's film was in the projector. Have we picked up a film? Other than one of Mr. Scratch's goofy films. There we go. There we bloody go. Where did I pull it? It's filming real. There it goes, guys. There it goes.
Oh, come on,
About
buddy.
reality for the last time.
Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's
Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
This can't be real, can it?
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream?
Here we go.
A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Yeah, we don't know, do we? We don't know. Well, again, cost to length ratio. That aside, this is a good fun game. Likely do a review as ever. Just in case. Otherwise, I'd say it definitely is less frustrating than has less frustration points than the original game, and especially in terms of combat, we're much more spongy. And again, those could be considered good or bad things. If you're expecting this game to be like Alan Wake in terms of mechanics and atmosphere in some ways, then you will be disappointed. If you're accepting this as a different kind of thing, where it's kind of like, it might not even be necessarily canon in some ways, who knows? Because it could just be a Night Springs episode that's kind of open-ended. You don't really know. Let's check out the wiki. So in that way, take it in that vein, it's perfect in terms of a Night Springs episode, a Twilight Zone episode. If it is canon, it still fits within things, it makes sense that Barry would represent those guys, and life goes on in some ways. It tells us what is the fate so far of Alan Wake, and opens up nicely for a sequel. So it all works in that way as well, and taking it as what it is, which is a kind of more arcadey Alan Wake with improved combat and way weaker enemies or way stronger characters and a little bit more weapon variety, powerful weapons at that, a quicker recharge of the mechanics in terms of your sprinting and your life. In that way, accepting that as a easier game, easier, probably less satisfying in terms of getting through challenges, but less frustrating as well with it. So with all those things considered and taken into account, and again, assuming that you get it for a good price. I don't know how much, I can't remember how much it was in the game, but if you weren't going to play the arcade mode, again, I would have a serious problem about paying, I think it was maybe £12 to £15, but I would have a serious problem with paying £12 to £15 for this game. If it's literally, if I'm literally going to be finishing it, what would be now, 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, that's way too much for me, that's about $3 for every hour, £200. Again, somewhat subjective, some people are apparently happy playing it. I mean, it's kind of funny because there was what was that game that was like 6-7 hours long, it was like £50 on the PlayStation 4 the order or something like that. People were losing their shit over the fact that game was like 5 to 6 hours long, 5 to 7 hours long, and cost like £50. I ironically, the Mario game is, you know, meant to be double that length of time, but still costs £50, right? It's kind of like, what's the difference? I don't know. But anyway, obviously people say, well, it's a better game, but you know what I mean, still, it's kind of comparable in terms of like dollar to power ratio, pound to hour ratio, which is my kind of measure of it. Again, outside activities are different as experiences go. But that aside, especially you compare to other games and stuff, that aside though, if you get it for the right price, which is in my mind £5 or less, then this is a good little playthrough, especially if you're a fan of already the main game. If you're not a fan of the main game, or you're not a fan of the main game because of the combat, or because of the lack of the very nerfed nature of the anime, he's running and so forth. Nice big episode return. I thought it was going to be return in that episode. Then you but it's Jenny from now on. Then you will be happy with this game. If you weren't impressed with the game irrespective of combat or anything else, it's insane though. What's this? The credits hype. Oh yeah, Barry. Yeah, we tried to send him a message, didn't we? He just say Alan at the end. He did. See, we've got a chance. There's a chance of a sequel here for sure. I think it's happening. Like if you put from a book uploading point of view, and I'm putting in the name for Alan Wake 2 is everywhere. It's already in the games lists. I don't think it's some kind of fan-made thingy-majiggy. So it's already kind of a thing. I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. And especially with the success of... I think Control's been successful for Remedy as well. So it should happen. But we unlocked... we didn't use all the guns, because not all of them are worth using, but we unlocked all the stuff. Which was pretty cool. And that was more than I expected. So I'm happy with that in that way. I'm still kind of think the crossbow is the best thing in it. Combat shotgun was pretty decent though. Range accuracy is something to be desired, but on the other hand, it packs a hell of a punch and it's fully automatic. A horde of big guys crowding you not for long. I probably could have held the trigger a little bit more and let loose a bit more with it. We already know about how we did with the manuscript pages. We missed about 4 altogether. I could have got all of them probably, but again I'd have to walk around the entire map. It'd have been, I think it'd have been less enjoyable for me overall. We missed some of these. Didn't we miss some tapes? I think it's just not showing the tapes what we missed. I don't think we got all of them. Oh, we did get all the tapes. We didn't get all of the radio apparently. Then You Suck, Eddie and Alice talks about Wake. Yeah, we missed one because it said part 3. You know, that's all good. I'm pretty happy for the kind of casual style I was playing, and I decided to play from the beginning of this one. That's pretty decent. Let's see, what's his leaderboards? Is there like a global change filter? That guy's hacking. These guys are hackers. You guys are cheating. I know you guys are cheating it. All with the same score, unless that's a maximum score. I don't know. Shame they don't have a date when they got those scores. Should we have a quick look then? Let me see what this is. Graveyard's supposed to be nice and peaceful spots, but this one is anything but. Watch your back, or you just might get to enjoy a little eternal rest of your own. So you got that, and then these are locked. You need to earn more stars to unlock, so you don't get the stars and you unlock the other areas. And what's this? You need to earn more stars to unlock this nightmare area. Okay, that's gonna be like hideous basically. Let's have a quick look, see. This is not something I would ever see as a thing that you should buy this game for though. I'm pretty sure. So arcade mode, your objective is to survive until sunrise and get the highest possible score. There are awarded points for destroying taken. Your score multiplier increases when you destroy enemies or perform a successful dodge. Enemy hits reset the multiplier to 0. Weapon chests in arcade mode can be unlocked by finding manuscript pages in the story mode.
Face the enemy. Make your stand. Fight till dawn.
I'm probably gonna be bored before it hit dawn and just be like, yeah, that's enough, guys. That was the thingy mode. That's what I think's gonna happen right there. Where's the weapons at? Like, proper weapons. Have we got any guns? Oh, we got a pistol. Where's the chests at then? I think these guys can't aim. Or swing. They ain't got that swing, thankfully. They got ammo is good. This is the type of thing that you love if you love this kind of thing and you ain't got nothing else to play. This gun fires quite quick. Did I ever use the pistol in the main game? This fires really quick, this pistol. It fires quite nice. So I've got to last, what, 10 minutes? Oh man, I don't think I can bother to play this for 10 minutes. This mode. No story, no. I'm already losing interest. I just want to show you guys real quick, I guess, on this occasion. That if you're into this kind of mode, you're in for a treat. Also, I forgot to say, just in case I think, review-wise, I think I'm going to give this game, again with all those considerations I said earlier, if all those things match up, this is a fun game, there's no problems at all, just not very long, and more combat orientated. It all works and everything. I don't think there was any frustration at any point while I was playing, so I'm going to give it actually... I'm actually going to give it a 9 out of 10. That's probably going to be my review score for it. And that's not really taken into account in this mode at all. But again, like I said, bear in mind that score's based on having the right expectations of what it is and paying less than £5 for it. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, it's kind of like, at that price, it's like seeing a really good movie, right? Not anything that's going to change the world, but a good sequel, shall we say then? Oh no, I ran out of ammo. To like a movie, at terms of the price, I mean. Oh look, there's a whole bunch of... Ow. Shit, man, we're on thingy still. Oh look, there's a light thing. What does that do? In this context, get us healed up, I guess. Yeah, I don't care for these kind of mods. Again, it's something I would have appreciated if I had like nothing else to play back in the day, you know, and no money. This kind of thing would have been perfect, I guess. It'd have been better than watching, you know, Antiques Roadshow or whatever. You know, back in like the 90s. You could just play, I'd rather be playing this for like hours on end, this mode, than watching Antiques Roadshow being bored. You know, back in the day if I had nothing else to play, but otherwise, I'm bored already. Oh yeah, I forget these guys are multiplied on me. Get juked! Oh yeah, I forget you're gonna multiply them. I think it's gonna be interesting to even survive this long out from the lack of interest. or the amount of enemies. The only thing is this reload gonna get me killed. Where am I getting hit from? Oh, it's the grenade. Is that a thingy, majiggy? It is. Grab it, please. Alright. Almost dead anyway now, so we can finish up. Let's consider this a bonus. If you can call it that. 4 minutes. Let's see if I can over through 4 minutes. Maybe I can do it. Maybe if I try. Can we just hide like a bum for 4 minutes? There don't seem to be any enemies near here now. Oh no, I spoke too soon. So obviously you'll have different maps to do the same thing here. Three more minutes. Can we make it? Wow. Oh, I'm out of ammo. Shit. It's the only problem with parking, I guess. To run and get some ammo. We'll try to anyway. Is this ammo? That's ammo. Big time ammo. Oh. Shit, I'm in trouble here. Damn it, I got that. Come on. Let me go for that light. What the hell? Ah, that was some cheese.
Champion of light. Nothing else remains for you now.
That was some cheese. Whatever. I ain't trying it again though. That was some cheese. I'm not happy with that. I felt like there was nothing there to kill me, even though it was going to register. I thought it might not register. It was on the outside. Anyway, at least you got to see what that's about. So you got your full coverage there. Well, that's going to be the Steam achievements thing. Yeah. 42%. Yeah, we can live with that. Up until doing any arcade mode, we almost did it. 6 minute survivor streak. 100. Unlock nightmare arcade modes. Survive an arcade level using nothing but the flashlight and handheld flares. Get 17,000 points. Oh man. Final manuscripts, we almost did that one. Defeat 2,000 taken. This is a maxable thing, I have to say though. You can max this game. You definitely can do it. I don't think any of those are unreasonable. I just think that it's very tediously long, a lot of them. Again, unlikely you're going to be care to do that kind of thing in the modern era of gaming. With so many games available. Chances are these days now you got a backlog, so no one's messing with them arcade modes unless they really love that kind of thing. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching as ever. Leave a comment below if you care to. Shed some light below. Follow if you haven't already, if you like the content. And react or hit a like button if you like the content. Do the notifications thing, which usually looks like a bell on whatever platform you're on. Follow on 2 or more platforms so that one platform doesn't have a monopoly. Check out the Intro.tv. You can join the mailing list there. That's the only kind of thing that you usually have like more guaranteed control of in this day and age. I was just letting a bike go by. Well, share with somebody as well. Share the video. Share any of the highlights or clips. We have a playlist for that as well. And maybe they'll find something they like as well. Yeah, I think that's about everything. Thanks for watching. That was the Alan Wake series. Next up in our Remedy Entertainment marathon, I guess, should be Control. Although there is that Quantum Break as well, but I think it looks like a movie. I don't know. But yeah, it should be Control next thing. We should be ready. That's what's said. That's what it was suggested that the game Control was set in the Alan Wake universe. Now we are Alan Wake, woke, and knowledgeable, which is awesome.